Oh boy, what a run of fixtures. Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday. Manchester United, Celtic, Manchester United, Rangers. It doesn't get any harder than that. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to The Road to Glory, part 56, season 6, here at Livingston. And if you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling about up there. And while we're on the subject, many thanks to all of you who have already donated. And we are now up to £161. That is a superb achievement in just a short time. And if you are of a mind to donate, remember that every little helps, and even if it's just £1 or £2, then it all mounts up, and together we can make a difference. I have left a link to the Just Giving page in the description below. Many thanks to all of you. And I have to admit to having made a dreadful error of judgment, because in the first leg of the Europa League semi-final against Manchester United, we were trounced by 4-0, and so I decided after the Celtic game to focus mostly on the Rangers match, which I felt was much more important because it was highly unlikely we were going to qualify for the Europa League final. And so I played my reserve team against Manchester United, and surprise of surprises happened. This is what happened against Manchester United. Quite possibly the biggest victory in my save so far, beating Manchester United on the day by 2-1. But we still lost the tie overall 5-2. But it was a sensational performance to get to the Europa League semi-finals. I'm absolutely delighted, and we put out a very good performance and did ourselves proud in the semi-final. So all went well. And so, if we have a look at what's happened on the pitch since you were last here, well, you saw us beating Aberdeen at the end of the last episode by 2-1 away, and then that 4-0 defeat in the first leg of the Europa League semi-final against Manchester United was to follow. In between those two games against United, we had a very nice 2-2 draw against Celtic, and then that wonderful performance, which you missed unfortunately, and my error of judgment caused you to miss that one, where we beat them with our reserve team by 2-1. And two players had particularly good games, Bowden and Whittaker, but unfortunately for today's game against Rangers, they will not be fit. And so today we will be playing at home against Rangers, and then we will come back for the last game of the season, which I think is against Hibernian, and that should see the season out. I think third will be good, second will be better. We are currently in second place, 5 points clear of Rangers, and if we win against Rangers today, then we will secure the second place in the table. But if we draw, then we will need to win at least one of the remaining 2 games, and a defeat will mean probably we have to win both remaining games. However, Rangers do need to play Celtic in one of their final 2 games. And so it is probably coming down to the wire. And I do wonder, would the board be happy with qualification again for the Europa League? And would they increase the budgets, though, if we qualified for the playoffs in the Champions League? Very difficult to gauge that one. And in terms of the finances, we've never been in such a good position. We have currently 9 8,700,000 in the bank, and with the prize money for second and third for the Premiership added to that, we're going to be around about 12 million in credit, and we've never been that high. It's a huge improvement from when we took over the club, and the projections are extremely good. In 2 seasons' time, it's projected we'll make a profit of £17.5 million. We don't have much transfer debt, we just have £1,000 in terms of transfer debt to pay off, so we are not fleecing the club in any way, and things are looking very, very good at the moment. I will be desperately unhappy if we don't get a good budget for next season, and we will find that out at the end of this episode. In terms of the squad, we have a few players that we need to get in. We need to get a goalkeeper in. We're a bit short in the goalkeeping department, and we will need a right back, as Fitzwater is not really a right back and James Sweet is not really a right back. They can just both play there, but we'll need a first choice regular right back. We could also do with a left back. Penrice is a good player, but we could strengthen at full back. And I'd also like to bring in a central defender. I feel that we lack a little bit of depth at centre-back, and we could use some help there. In midfield, I think we're fine. We have enough players with Dylan Levitt coming in, and I'm hoping to sign Giuseppe Fontana in the summer, and I think in midfield we'll be perfectly fine. And in the attacking roles, we are fairly comfortable on the right. We could do with one more player on the left who could fit in at midfield left, as well as playing as an attacking midfield left, and we desperately are looking for a striker as well. And in terms of players that we're looking at, we do have a number of players that we have targeted. Andre Kubis, who is a fullback or centre-back, and I like this player, a huge player, 6.4, very strong, jumping reach is extremely good, and he looks like he's a very good player in terms of his mentals and physicals. He's a very, very good player, I think. Could do with improving his passing, but I think would be a fantastic addition to the squad. We are definitely looking at bringing him in the summer. And then we're looking at Josh O'Connor, who is a striker, and he fits what we might have available to pay for a striker. Looks like he's got the right attributes to do a decent job for us up front. A name to remember in the next episode, Josh O'Connor. And then we are looking at a right and left back, Caden Rodney. He's not the greatest of players. He's got very good physicals, but his mentals and technicals are not that great. But he might do a very useful job at fullback for us next season, and we are looking really for backup in terms of fullback. And then we are looking at a young goalkeeper, Brad Young. He's not so young anymore. We've been looking at him for a few years, and he is a good player. I think, although he's only rated 2.5 stars, that he is actually a very, very good player. And I think he will do a very, very good job for us as a goalkeeper. He also will fit the transfer budget that we have, and I think he might turn out to be a 4-star player, actually, if he comes into the side. He's a very, very decent goalkeeper. And so we are looking at a number of players, and given a really decent budget, it's possible that we can bring these players in and strengthen the squad, and things could get better from next season. We shall have to see. But now we have to focus on the Rangers game, and a win here will guarantee second place. A draw, we will have to win one of our last 2 games, and a defeat will leave it open, probably right up to the wire. And so I think it's time to go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Rangers, a very, very big game this. If we win this, we will guaranteed to finish in second, is Bentley in goal, with Sweet, Akinola and Boyle and Penrice at the back, with Omeyenga, Moylan and Sibley in the middle of the field, and Nubler, Bowden and Anderson will make up the front trio. And I hope that we can get the result here. I don't really feel like letting it go all the way to the wire, but FM is what FM is, and I'm going to say we've got nothing to lose today. They're a better team than us, Rangers. We just had a better start to the season than they did. So let's get out there, make ourselves look good, be proud, and hopefully we'll come away with the 3 points. And I'm not sure we need to be having a look at that. This Rangers team is a very, very good team. Weissman in particular is a very, very good player. We'll have to keep an eye on what he's up to. We are in second, as you can see, 5 points clear of Rangers. I remember what happened last season when Rangers overtook us. And so let's go to the match. Let's get on with the game. And the game is underway, and we're not going to be defending today. In previous games we've tried to start a little bit more defensively, but today we're just going to start in a very positive way and try to take the game to Rangers. And it is a free kick, and it is a header, and it has gone in. Akinola has put us ahead. What a start. In the first 10 minutes we've gone ahead. I will take a draw today. A draw will be a fantastic result, which will mean we only have to win one of our last 2 games to finish in the Champions League playoff spots, and I will take that draw quite happily. I need to keep an eye on what Rangers are actually doing, who is posing the threat. At the moment, nobody is posing a threat. We are hard tackling today, and we have to keep an eye on how many free kicks we're giving away, because they are also a very dangerous team from set pieces, and they have scored from one. And I'm not sure what Sweet was doing. He did not have his eye on what was going on around him, and he just let the Rangers player come in behind him to score. That was dreadful defending. And I'm really not very happy. I'm going to actually berate Sweet, because that was absolutely shocking. It was dreadful, dreadful play by Sweet. And yeah, you can be a little bit upset. Jamie Bowden, have I got him in the wrong position? Let's have a look at what's going on here. Jamie Bowden, yeah, maybe we need to swap him and Sibley around. And I did have those two in the wrong positions. I've done it before. It's happened again. But luckily, my assistant manager has pointed that out to me. But we do have a throw. At the moment, we got the result that we want, a draw. And here is Bowden. Bowden finds Akinola. Akinola. Penrice on the ball now. Penrice playing as an inverted wing back today to try and close that space down just outside the centre backs. But we are looking like we might get caught here on the break. Here come Rangers again. Rangers bursting into space. They do have a man free. They are lining up a long shot, and it's gone over the crossbar. It remains 1-1. This is a result that we could do with winning. If we can just hold this 1-1, we will only need to win or draw one of our remaining 2 games. What a game this is. We are doing as well as Rangers. It's a very even contest. And yeah, I think the assistant's right. I was looking at that earlier. We are giving away a few too many free kicks. And at half-time, though, it is Rangers 1-1. And this is exactly... We've been the better team here. I'm going to tell them that. You weren't too bad. Let's go out there. You have the ability. Let's go out. Improve on that first half, and let's win this football match. I do have to keep an eye on Bowden. He's not looking that fit, and he's not having the greatest of games, but it is Rangers with a free kick again. And there's another set piece. They are dangerous from set pieces. We are also dangerous from set pieces, and I think I might have to make some changes early today, because there's a couple of players not playing very well. Yeah, let's go and make some substitutions. So we have made a couple of changes. We've also changed Anderson from an advance forward into a poacher, to see if he can do a little bit better in that role. We're not doing particularly well. He's actually not playing very well at all, and he's now down to a 6.3. It's an absolutely shocking performance. We do have a free kick, though. It is Penrice. Can we continue this scoring from free kicks? And there's the shot, and Penrice has made it 2-1. There's 20 minutes left, and we've gone 2-1 up against Rangers. What a result this will be. Rangers have been the better team in the second half. We have, though, got the all-important goal. The 3 goals today have come from set pieces. I think now what I might do is go a little bit more balanced now. Try to hold on to this draw that we need. At the moment we're winning. Can we hold on and get a draw? There's a long punt upfield though. And defensively, I don't think we've been at our best today. but we're holding on somehow. And here come Rangers. Rangers looking for a through ball over the top. Akinola heads it clear to Sweet. Sweet's having a dreadful game by the look of it. And I get a bit worried every time the ball goes near Sweet today. And here's Henderson to Sweet. Sweet finds Omeyenga. Omeyenga to Fontana. Fontana, who's had a wicked season. He's been an excellent player for us. Omeyenga looking for Sibley. Sibley is in space. He finds Penrice. Penrice, who's had a good season. Martin. Martin on the left. Martin has lost the ball, though. And here come Rangers. Rangers looking to break down the right. They do have a man in space. They have a lot of men in space. They are through. They will score. It's 2-2. And now this game could go any way. And Sweet, I think, needs to come off. I don't think Boyle is having the greatest of games, but he's not playing as badly as Sweet. And we're going to bring on Devlin for Sweet. Sweet's having an absolute nightmare. Even though his rating's 6.8, from what I'm seeing, he's been responsible for most of the chances that Rangers have had, and that's not exceptional play. And we need to just hold on now. Can we hold on? Can we hold on? Martin is also having a dreadful game. There's not much I can do about that. Let's have a look, see what I can do. And I was right, there's not much I can do about that. I've changed his role from defensive winger to an inverted winger. We just need the draw. All we need is the draw. There's just a few moments left in this game. And can we get the draw? This will be a great performance by Livingston to get a 2-2 draw. And then we will only need one more point. And we have. We have drawn against Rangers. It was a tough game. And I'm going to say, well done. You proved a lot of people wrong there. And you just need now one more point. Just one more point. Unless Rangers have a poor result against Celtic, then we could easily just afford to lose both our remaining games. And that will be a big game to keep an eye on. But at the moment, we are still in second. We are still 5 points clear of Rangers. I will now play the next game off camera, and then we will come back for the Hibernian game. It will either be second place already achieved, or it will be down to the wire and we will need a point against Hibernian. Hopefully it'll be season over and we'll just be able to play and celebrate in the final game of the season. But just before we do that, there is some news that I haven't already given you. We have extended the contract of Jack Fitzwater, and that's always one problem as he was thinking about moving on. And we have extended the loan agreement for Carter Whittaker, and he now will remain at the club for the next season. We did have to include an optional future fee of 1.6 million. Whether we can afford to do that, who knows? But it will be good to have him around for another season. We'll be back for the Hibernian game. And so we are back for the game against Hibernian, and as you can see, we are just 2 points ahead of Rangers. Rangers beat Hibernian, and somehow we managed to lose the game against Hearts. We absolutely dominated them, annihilated them, but somehow we managed to lose the game. And as I suspected would happen, it's come down to the wire. We need, because of goal difference, we're going to need to win. Rangers, though, will be playing Celtic, but I don't want to rely on Celtic beating Rangers. We need to win this game. Let's go and kick some balls. And so, for the final game of the season, a game that really we must win. We cannot rely on Celtic. The team for today is Bentley, Sweet, Fitzwater, Boyle and Penrith at the back. Omeyenga, Moylan, Whittaker in the middle, and Nubler, Sibley and Anderson will play up front. And today I think we will play Anderson as a poacher, because as an advanced forward, maybe he's just not getting the support that he needs. And we do need a big game from Anderson today, or a big game from anybody. We must win this. We cannot rely on Rangers losing to Celtic. We've got to win our own game, and if we win, we will be in second place, and that will mean that we qualify for the playoffs of the Champions League. That surely will have a bearing on the budgets that we get. Or maybe this club are not interested in giving us budgets regardless of where we finish. And in which case we have to totally reconsider our position here at the club then. I think without money we've gone as far as we can take them. And Nubler's found himself in space. Can he get a cross in? He can. There's a chance, and Sibley's put it away. It's Livingston 1, Hibernian 0. It's the perfect start. I decided today we were going to attack, take no prisoners. That's what we've done, and we are ahead immediately. Sweet, having a better game at fullback today. Found Nubler in space. Nubler's cross. Sibley beat his marker to the ball, just got ahead of him and fired it into the top of the net. It's now 1-0. I can barely speak. Rangers are drawing with Celtic, so that is a good result too. And we do have a free kick, and it will be, I think, Penrice over the ball. Penrice, can he score from this free kick? Can we make it 2-0? Penrice whips in the ball and it just goes wide of the post. It remains 1-0. We have had pretty much all the game. We've dominated possession. We've dominated chances created, but Hibs have found some space on the right. That was not great play by the fullback Penrice. And again, not great play in defensive midfield. We are a tired team. They've played a lot of games this year with all the cup competitions and with the Euro semi-finals, getting to the semi-finals. We've played a lot of games. They are going to be a tired team. It does take its toll, and we are pretty much hanging on by a thread at the end of the season to this second place. And it's still Celtic 0, Rangers 0. We are still beating Hibernian by a goal to 0. But Hibs do have a free kick, and we need to be careful. We need to be defensively solid, and that's a good header away. Wichtke running after the ball. He can't make it. And here come Hibs again. It is all Hibs at the moment. We do need to be playing a little bit better, and they have hit the crossbar, and we are getting a little bit of a warning, and I think I'm being told to do something, so we will do something. And I think what I will do is we'll bring back the lines a little bit, and we won't be pressing so high up the pitch, and hopefully that might help sort things out a little bit. It is a little bit like we are losing control of the match at the moment. We are getting shots on target from inside the box, so that's good. And here come Livingston. Sweet finds Nubler. Nubler, can he find support? He's running into midfield. That's a good ball to Moylan. Moylan's looking for Anderson. Anderson tries to get stuck in, loses the ball. And this is a problem because they do break. We are losing the ball, and they do break, and they will score here. It is 1-1. And Anderson, I think, has to be to blame. And that was very, very poor play. We are getting caught out, and what I think I'll do, I'm just going to bring everything back now because we're getting caught out with balls over the top. And I'm very, very concerned that we could go on and lose this game. Another long ball over the top, and it was just poor play by Boyle. He never got hold of that ball. Just put your foot through it, put it into the crowd. It's now Livingston 1, Hibernian 1. Celtic and Rangers are still drawing 0-0. We are drawing at half-time. It's going down to the wire. I knew it would. And I'm going to say I'm not happy with you. Get out there, do better. You have to do better than you did in the first half, defensively especially. And here we are trying to build from the back, and he finds Sibley. Sibley, who's had a good season but is tiring of late. And we don't have Martin, who can come in now to play at attacking midfield. And there's another ball over the top, and have we been caught again with the ball over the top? He's just being allowed to run into the box, and somehow the ball has stayed out. It remains 1-1. Celtic and Rangers are still drawing 0-0, and that is, it only takes one goal and we will be in trouble. Penrice looking for Moylan. Moylan has just allowed, and I'm going to have to berate the team. This is not good enough. And again, How many times do I have to berate this team? And it ball into the box and it should be cleared. But back come Hibernian. They are the better team. We have run out of steam. Hibernian are beating us fairly easily. And we are going to lose this game, I think. It's absolutely appalling what's going on here. And I'm not happy about this. There's got to be players on the field who are having very, very poor games. But nobody really seems to be playing that badly, and I don't really want to watch that again. But Rangers are still drawing 0-0 with Celtic. It means that we possibly are 1 point clear of Rangers now. I can see what is going to happen. Rangers will score a late goal. We will then be beaten by Hibernian. We'll finish in third. I actually won't be too unhappy with third, because we're going to finish in the Europa League anyway, and so why bother with the Champions League playoffs when we're going to be playing in the Europa League anyway? I am not very happy with this team. I'm going to go very attacking now, and I think it's probably time to make some substitutions. And so, unfortunately, we've had to take Bruce Anderson off the field again. He's having an absolute shocker again today. We've put Nubler up front. He's very, very tired. Moylan is very tired. I don't have cover, I don't think, on the left. I could bring on Dwayne Collins, I think. We have pretty much lost this game. Things have not worked out the way I wanted them to at the end of the season, but such is football. Celtic and Rangers are still drawing 0-0. Which means that we will finish in second, but it's not the way that I wanted to end this season. And I guess it was just too long this season. We have been beaten by Hibernian. It was a close encounter, but Hibernian were the better team. And I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. Things are not good amongst me and the squad at the moment. That was a dreadful, dreadful performance. And it is lucky, though, that we have just about managed to keep clear of Rangers. Thankfully, they were playing Celtic. They did draw 0-0 with Celtic, which means that we have finished a point clear of Rangers. We finished in second, and that means we have qualified for the Champions League, which is great. And we can see here the board have set the initial budgets. Let's have a look. I can barely look. The board have set the wage budget to 98,000 and the transfer budget to 3.34 million. Is that enough? I really don't think that's enough. We've qualified for the Champions League and they've given me 3.34 million. This is totally disheartening. It's really, really sad that the board are not willing to back the manager here. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I think I've done as much as I can. There's nothing really I can do on 3 million. So what should I do? I really don't know what to do at this point in time. That's it for this episode and for this season. If you are new to the channel and you like FM content and you like to see me suffer, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support all that good stuff that you can see scrolling up above. I'm fairly happy with the performance of the team this season. Not happy with their performance at the end of the season. Very happy and very pleased with how they performed in the Europa League. We'll be back in the next episode with the season review. And we'll also have transfer window news, and we'll begin the new campaign with the first game in the Champions League. We'll see you soon.